and welcome to episode 3 of Wild Weather Wonders, where each episode we take questions sent in from viewers like you and we answer them. So today's question comes from a viewer in Brooksville, and the question is, what got you interested in meteorology? And really, if you ask any meteorologist, they're probably going to have some kind of weather event that spurred their interest in meteorology. So for me, my weather event was the 2004 hurricane season, where Hurricanes Charlie, Francis, and Jean crossed very close to my hometown of Avon Park. And that really is what made me very interested in weather and really got me into meteorology. And I'm going to go around and ask other meteorologists that are working with me today to see what their weather events were.
The weather event that really got me interested in meteorology was the storm of the century in 1993.
For me, it was the 2001 Hoisington, Kansas tornado.
And for me, it was the 1976 tornado that went through my town, and my parents woke up all 7 kids. We ran into the basement, heard a bunch of noise, came back upstairs after the storm, and didn't see any damage, but I saw the rotating wall cloud come over our house, and I went, that's pretty cool, and now I'm here.
Hurricane Elena in 1985. I was 5 years old and trapped in my house for a couple of days as it was spinning just offshore of Tampa Bay.
So back when I was a kid, my family went on me and my mom went on a family reunion trip. We went to St. Louis, Missouri, and I was about 6 years old. And while I was there, we had severe thunderstorms, there was a tornado warning, flash flooding, and we were out in a car in the middle of all of it, and that really got my interest going in weather. Then from there we went down to Miami, and Miami was hit by Hurricane Agnes during the same trip. Again, another major weather event. So, and when we flew home to Connecticut, Hurricane Agnes had come up the coast and also hit Connecticut, so we had the aftermath of Agnes up there to deal with. So that's how I got excited and involved in weather.
So the event that kind of sparked my interest in meteorology was basically I saw a water spout when I was 6 years old on a cruise to the Bahamas. And basically what happened was I saw the water spout, and as a 6-year-old I was like, okay, there might be a problem here. This water spout might suck all the water out of the ocean, and our cruise ship might be stranded here on the dry ocean bottom between the Bahamas and Florida. But nobody else on the cruise seemed to be too concerned. The adults didn't really care. It was just me. So after that cruise, I was in a reading club at my local library. So I went home that summer, checked out a few books on meteorology. One of them focused on Hurricane Camille, and pretty much after that, I was stuck on weather. And that was it.
The blizzard of '96 is what got me most interested in meteorology from the beginning. I was only 5 years old at the time. I grew up in southern New Jersey, and this was a big nor'easter that impacted much of the mid-Atlantic and Northeast. So I had over 2 feet of snow in my hometown in southern New Jersey, but there was parts of that region of the mid-Atlantic and Northeast that got over 3 feet of snow. So really, a really powerful storm in that time frame, in that early January 1996 time frame. And then later in life, I attended Rutgers University, got my meteorology degree, and as I was finishing up college, Hurricane Sandy happened. And after seeing all of the preparation to help people prepare for the impacts of that storm, it really helped reassure that I got myself into the right career field, because I really wanted to do whatever I can to predict these storms and help people prepare for them.
The weather event that made me be interested in meteorology was the 1998 Hurricane George. I was in Puerto Rico and I was about 4 years old, and I have a very vivid memory of going to my grandma's house. We had no electricity and we just could hear the wind. That was one of the things that stayed with me.
The weather event that inspired me to be a meteorologist, there's a few of them. I was a little kid up in Connecticut during the blizzard of 1978, and then Hurricane Gloria came by in 1985. But probably the biggest weather event that sticks out in my mind when I was still learning about weather was the July 10th, 1989. There were 6 tornadoes that moved across Connecticut, and that really sparked my interest in meteorology.
Okay, that's all we have for episode 3. Hopefully it gave you a glimpse into what made us all want to be meteorologists. And if you ever meet another meteorologist, make sure you ask them, and I'm sure they'll have a story to tell as well. Don't forget that if you have a weather question and you want to send it in, there is a Google form down below, so make sure you fill that out and we may answer your question on the next episode. What's it called when it's raining ducks and chickens? Foul weather.